Draymond Green went rock'em sock'em robot with Nurkic. Hit him with the spinning, flailing, backhanded fist. John would you? John is the fight guy. What would you call
I'm not an MMA
punch?
guy. That's MMA punch, brother. That's not even just boxing. That's not a regular punch. I think you described it accurately. I'd lean into
flailing,
that.
Backhand punch.
Yeah, the flailing, most important word in that, but for sure.
Guys, obviously, full disclosure, obviously we're a podcaster and producer mates with Draymond, which I'm not going to pretend that doesn't color the way I think about his NBA basketball career, just put laying the cards on the table up front. But I have to say it felt like it may have been a bit of a turning point last night. I think a lot of NBA people have been frustrated with what Draymond's actions have been, the last year or two. But it felt last night I saw people start talking about legacy. This dude should be remembered as one of the defining defenders in NBA history. And you start to worry that this is what he's going to be remembered for. Did y'all see that? And how do you feel about what this latest move of his does to kind of his legacy and reputation?
I think it just kind of adds more fuel to the fire, so to speak. I don't think anyone is oh, well, that's it, I'm done with Draymond. I think everyone was here we go again. You know what I mean? I don't think anyone was this is their breaking point with him. It's just bro, you've played 15 games this season and you've been ejected in 3 of them. That's madness, dude. 1 out of every 5 games you're getting ejected. And and the crazy thing about it to me is
20% ejection rate is
that's why
what
is he shooting from 3? Is he shooting 20% from 3? He might be shooting higher on ejections from 3. But it's just we've been here before, right? And then I saw the post game and it was he tried to sell us that it was an accident. I'm bro, we don't even need to do this anymore, dude. You don't need to lie to us anymore. We know this is what you do. You get frustrated and then you flail around and you try to say it's a basketball move when everybody knows it's not. So I guess now we just wait on the suspension. He got 5 games, for choking out Rudy. We'll see what happens now. So like I said, I don't think this moves the needle with anyone, on an extreme end of where, they're done with him. Like I said, this is par for the course with Draymond now.
Well, I'm sorry, John, to jump in, but what you just described to me was the most sickening feeling I had as a kid was when you thought your parents were going to be mad at you and they gave you the I'm not mad at you. I just expected better from you. Just that resigned disappointment is almost the worst emotion you could get in reaction to messing up.
3 out of 15 games is crazy. But we can't act like this hasn't always kind of been Draymond. He just was playing great basketball. He got suspended from a game 6 for punching LeBron James in the dick. You know what I'm saying? A finals game for punching the face of the league for the last 20 years in the dick. The man
punched the league's top penis, bro.
He punched the dick of the league in the dick.
You know what I'm saying? You feel me? But now the play, you're talking about, is he even shooting 20% from 3? You know what I'm saying? That's a question you can ask. And so that's where the issue is, where the game is. And also, as a dude who's won so much, I think he's just frustrated. This team is not good. You know what I mean? This is the beginning of the end. That's what it looks like. A team 2 years ago was in the finals. Last year, they looked like they may have had a chance, an outside chance. Now they're just not good. And he just seems really frustrated, and it seems like he's acting out. Where Nurkic to the point where, is something wrong with this man? Which is crazy. But, I think that there's a valid point people are bringing up. When Tyler threw it in the group chat, my first thought was, why? And I was we're seeing so much of this now, more than hearing about one of the smartest minds in basketball doing great basketball shit. We see more of this now, and I think that's unfortunate. I don't know if it, for me, as somebody that, hated the Warriors for 5-6 years because they were so good, saw how good he was, will ever forget that. It's stamped in my fucking brain. You know what I mean? But for people who aren't who aren't locked in like that, this could be what they remember him for,
In the NBA, the game can change in an instant, but no matter how the action unfolds, DraftKings Sportsbook has your back. This week, new customers can score $150 instantly in bonus bets just for betting $5 on basketball. Win or lose, you get an instant dub.
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code Jenkins, Jenkins. Jenkins. New customers can get $150 instantly in bonus bets for betting just $5 on basketball. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook with code Jenkins. The crown is yours. I always think of it as like the Jay Leno zone. He's becoming a name that like people who don't watch basketball can use as a punchline for hitting someone when you're not supposed to hit them. You know what I mean? Like, like I think reputationally that's sort of the danger zone. But like, there's a coach I know and really respect who always says, losing is the cleanest mirror there is. Like,
yep.
And you said it, John. Like everyone on that team, you can see the frustration in Steve Kerr when he's being who he is, which is an old white man complaining about how loud the music is. You can see the frustration. You can certainly see the frustration from Klay Thompson, but he's handling it the way he is. He's very internal. You see him, like you can see him boiling that he's getting benched at the end of games, but he's handling it the way he does. Draymond is an extroverted, physical basketball player, and he is also handling the frustration the way that he handles frustration. I think that's a good point as well. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think he needs to sell this as I was saying this before we hopped in. Like, I think he needs to sell this as like a rock bottom turning point moment. And I don't know that he can do that, but like he has to sell that narrative of like, you know, Tyler said, everyone watched that press conference where he said, "Oh, I didn't mean to punch him." It's like, well, there's not a lot of other things you could have been meaning to do, bro. Like, you know, I mean, like, it's hard for me to buy that. And he needs to dig deep and sell all right, man, I get it. You know, like that's got to be coming because for them to have been the franchise in the league for a decade, and like this is the storyline now. This is what people are talking about with the Warriors, and that's not a good spot for anyone to be in for sure. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's I was gonna say it's just wild how like foreign bigs have been the ones on the end of his wrath all the time, right? Like he kicked Steven Adams in the nuts. You know, he fucking stomped on Sabonis's chest. He choked Rudy out, and then he did this shit to Nurk. I'm like, dog, what type of Captain America shit is this motherfucker on? Like, what type of Olympics is he playing? Because it looked like he was doing some Olympic shit. It looked like he triple jumped over that motherfucker Sabonis chest, right? It looked like the shit he hit Nurk with. That was some discus shit, right?
Sure.
That was some discus shit. The motherfucking kick to Steven Adams was like some karate shit. The shit to Rudy, I don't think there's any Olympic sport you can just choke a motherfucker out. That
just
was personal right there,
just
right?
wrestling,
yeah.
wrestling, baby. Yeah.
So yeah, bro, it's like I don't know what type of
you're making it more sympathetic to me
shit,
though.
But
You're making it more sympathetic to me because I don't fuck with foreign bigs either. You know what I mean? So
I think one reason it might be so frustrating because he's so fucking smart. You know what I'm saying when it comes to basketball, and he knows how much they stink and how hard this season is going to be. Maybe more than anybody on that fucking team. You know what I mean? And the way he is, that's how he's expressing his frustration. But bro, I just feel like it's just interesting for me to see somebody who understands the game at this level be so silly consistently at this point in his career. You know what I mean? You're a vet, bro. You're a super vet, nigga. You know what I mean? Like, this isn't how you want to, lead a game.
The last thing I say about the press conference, and we're actually going through this with our son right now, you can't bullshit a bullshitter, bro. You're not going to look at me and lie. I told every lie you could think of, including this specific lie. I didn't mean to hit that kid on the basketball court. I've told this specific lie, bro. Like,